Good morning, Smoky Mountain Dogs family. Man, it's probably 68 degrees right now. It got down in the 50s last night, and man, it is a nice day today. I have got a ton of work to do today. Check this out. Look at all this. Look at all that plumbing. Oh my word. Let's step in. Let's step in. I'll tell you what I got to do first thing. First thing I got to do is I got to take off that countertop and take out those sinks. And I'm going to start down here. Where am I at? Whoa. Yeah, right down here. Oh, yeah, by the way, somebody asked me what this these blue tape marks were. See this? Look at this. Blue tape marks. Somebody asked me on a video what in the world those things were. Well, I marked my studs before I put my whiteboard on because you remember I had no screws here. So I just put pieces of tape in there to mark my studs, top, bottom, because I'm probably going to want to mount some shelving and stuff like that. Well, I took the tape down over here, so, but it is still on the floor. So I should be in good shape. All right, so let's get all this undone, taken out, so it'll expose all this plumbing that I got to do today. So let's get started. Got a lot of stuff to do. Thanks for watching. Let's get started. Okay, now we can work underneath there. So let's get started. Okay, so this is my graywater tank, and I'm putting the 1.5 inch couplings in the tank so I can connect my 1.5 inch pipe to the inlet, and then I have another one that I'm going to put down at the bottom, and that is going to be for my dump that goes through the floor. I put a little bit of Teflon tape on there. Not sure if I needed to do that or not, but I did. So I'm just going to get a tool just to tighten those up a little bit, and then this will be ready to lay down and put my pipes in. Okay, so I think I got my graywater tank sitting in just about where I want it to be. I've got my connections screwed in. Now I just got to drill a hole on the floor. This is my piece right here that I'm going to put in here, and it's going to go straight through the floor. So I got to drill a hole through the floor of my trailer and then go outside and see where it's at. Okay, I got my hole. Now let's go outside and see where it came out. All right, we're under the trailer up in the V-nose area, and I think I see, oh, right there it is. And it looks like I got plenty of clearance to put my drain pipe in, and then I'll just stub it right out over here to the corner and have my drain. Now for the actual hole itself, I got a 2-inch hole saw, fresh, brand new, sharp. And there's no turning back now, folks. Let's see what we got. That's a hole. This is my pipe. That's where it's going to go in for my drain. Now I just got to do a little more tweaking here because I'm going to raise this tank up just a little bit to accommodate for that. And then I want to strap these tanks down. It's going to be the permanent location. Please, please, please do not judge me. Do not judge me. But I got my tanks, got my hole ready to go for my drain. You ready? I know I had to secure my tanks down. Yes, I know, but please don't judge me. You'll never see it. It's under the cabinet. It'll be closed. I know. Hey, it works. Is it the right way? Probably not. Is it the wrong way? Probably, but it works. Boom, boom. All right. Now we got to get to some plumbing. All right, so I want to pause for just a second while I'm doing this plumbing work to share something with you. I actually purchased one of these right here. It's the water fill. Got the cap, put your hose in there, and it's got a spot for a vent. Look at that. That's what I purchased to do my water fill. And I got to thinking, and I got to analyzing a little bit, and I just don't want to make that big giant hole in my trailer. So, and I'm going to run off at city water sometimes, and I'm definitely going to fill off of city water. So I decided to go with this instead. This is called a water fill for an RV. It's got a single cap right here. You screw your hose in. The hole is only a ½ inch. So I drilled a ½ inch hole in my trailer. I've painted some screw heads black, and I'm going to go ahead and mount this. My vent is actually going to be in my tank. So I will hook my city water to this. And as you'll see when I plumb, I'm going to do some bypassing around my pump to my hot water heater and my sinks. And I'm going to have a valve system. These are PEX valves. So I'll be able to turn off my onboard storage water tank and use straight city pressure, which is, I don't know, anywhere from 50 to 60 PSI, okay? So that's what I'm doing. That's why I've decided to use the smaller water intake and drill a smaller hole. So anyway, back to the action. So I talked about this earlier, and I decided I was going to go with a smaller water intake. And I went ahead and I've already drilled my hole into the side of my V up front. And this is going to simply slip in, and I'm going to screw it down, and it's going to be nice and clean. It's going to look just like that. No big giant holes, and very sleek. These are the screw heads that I painted black. And I'm also in the process of painting my 1½ inch PVC pipe that's going to be under the trailer. I'm going to go ahead and paint all that black so it blends in. How you like them apples? While I'm waiting on my PVC that I've spray painted black to dry, I went ahead and mounted my water pump. And it's right there. I don't know if that's the right spot, but it'll look good. There's my water coming in from the outside there. So just got to mount my hot water heater over there, and then I got to start running some lines. What I'm doing now is I'm prepping for my my plumbing with my PEX pipe. I've got some red ½ inch PEX pipe here, and I'm going to go ahead and put a fitting on the end. I'm going to show you how I put the fittings on. I'm just going to put a 90 on here, and that's what a 90 looks like. And I'm going to use the crimp style rings. Got a little crimper right there, right there. So I'm going to slip the crimp ring on the end of the PEX, and I'm going to slip my 90 in there all the way to the end. These new fittings have these nice little black clips that tell you exactly how deep to put it. And then when you put your crimp ring, it stops it with exactly an 1/8 or a little bit less of a gap there. Makes it really nice. And I got my crimpers, and I'm going to put them on. They're ratcheting type crimpers. And I'm just going to ratchet. And a little light will come on, which tells you that it is crimped all the way. Like so. And then there's a little lever here that releases it. And there you go. You got a crimped fitting. right there. And this is my hot. So I'm gonna go test it out, see if she fits. Hot pipe that I said is gonna come off my hot water heater, and it's gonna wrap around to my hot faucet on my 3 sink and my 1 sink. So I'm gonna have to cut right in here and put a T. So the T, so we'll come out here to my hot on my sink side, and then I'm gonna cut and put a 90 at the other end. And that's gonna come straight to my hand wash sink. And that's gonna be it for my hot. My cold's gonna come in, and I'm just gonna have 2 outlets for my hot. Now to put the T in, you do it the exact same way. I cut my PEX in half, and I've got actually they make a PEX cutter. So it makes a nice square cut when you set it in there. These are only like, I don't know, 10 bucks, Home Depot. But they're really nice. They cut nice and square. So I just stuck my T in there. Instead of a 90, I'm using a T. I'm gonna line it up, make sure it's pretty square and straight. I'm gonna bring my clamps up all the way. So, make sure it's square. Pretty good. Now I'm gonna take my crimpers again. Light come on, crimped. Now I'll come over and I'll do the next one. Check, make sure it's still square. Pretty good, hadn't turned at all. Lights on. And there you have a T. Now with a T on here, you can still turn it just a little bit to tweak it. And so that's gonna go to my hot water heater. This T is gonna go to my 3 sinks, and I'm gonna have to cut here, put another 90 on, and that's gonna go over to my hand wash sink. And then I'll be done with this hot line. So this is the final product. I got my T for my 3 sinks. I got my N for my hand wash sink. And then I got my spot where it goes into the hot water heater. And it's gonna go, I'm gonna clamp it against the wood like that. So the hot water is just about done. Okay. So there's my hot side of my hot water heater coming up to a 90. Over here to a clamp to hold it. I got my T, that's going to come out to my 3 sinks. Another clamp, and I have a 90, and that is going to come to my hot water on my hand wash sink. So the hot is completely run. So now I'm going to duplicate that for the cold. Good morning. It is another day, beautiful day in the Smokies. I think it's probably 68 right now, 67, something like that up here in Wares Valley. Beautiful. Well, I didn't get everything accomplished that I wanted to get done yesterday. So let me take you around, show you what I got done yesterday, and let you know what my goals are for today. So let's go take a look. On the front of the trailer, I got my hole drilled. I got my water inlet mounted up, ready to go. Screwed in, painted my screw heads black. Blends in nicely with the front of the trailer. Let's go take a look at the inside. Got my hot water heater mounted up. Got my cold coming in, my hot coming out. Got my 2 lines coming over from my 3 sinks. Got my 2 lines right there for my hand wash sink. I got my pump mounted there. I got my drain for my gray water tank through the floor. And I'll explain to you just a hair what I got going on here. This is the inlet from the city water coming in. And I've got a valve here. It's currently closed. But if I open that valve, now I'm working on city water. City water comes in. I got a valve here. I close this one. That isolates the pump and isolates everything down here. So my city water comes in, comes across here. City water comes to this T. Now this is closed. If I open this up, city water will come down here and city water will fill my freshwater tank. Once my freshwater tank is full, I shut off my valve. Now I've got city water coming in and city water coming across to my hand wash sink all the way around. Now I am working off of city water. Let's say I don't have city water and I'm going to work off my freshwater tank. I'll simply shut my valve off here. I will open up my valve here, and now my pump will draw from my freshwater tank. Right there, come up, straight across. That is the simplest way that I could come up with a system. Let me know what you think about how I did here, and we're going to see if it works. Today's goal is I'm simply going to put, these are my vent tubes, I'm simply going to put those out and down. No big deal there. I like to get my sub countertop, my wood, which is over here, I like to put it back on the top. I like to set my sinks in and take a look at everything. So here we go. Okay, I got my countertop temporarily put back on. I got my holes drilled for my faucets there. Now I'm going to clean it up a little bit, and I think I might glue this top on. Okay, my Smoky Dogs family, it has been a long 2 days, but I am pretty much spent. I'm ready to take a shower. I am drenched and just do a little bit of relaxing and some unwinding. So what did I got accomplished here? I got my countertop in. I've got it all glued in. I've got my faucets mounted, and all I got to do is put my spouts on. I'm going to put my sinks in, glue those down. I got my drains ready for my sinks. Oh man, look at all that. I've got all my PEX plumbing all done. My hot water heater is all done. My drain is in my wastewater tank. It's been a long 2 days. I appreciate everybody for watching, all the support. I hope you enjoyed this week's video. Stay tuned, stick around, come back and see me get this thing finished and sell some hot dogs. Have a great day, folks. Bye.